Are you saying the cupcakes is funny?
You remove it from being any child that you will have responsibility over belongs to you, or it's a little hilarious. Just the cupcakes.
No, it's not. No,
not at all.
Just
You guys
are afraid.
Can you imagine finding out you ate a sperm cupcake?
What did I just say?
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Good morning! And welcome to episode 883 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, February 21st, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will, all four hosts to talk with you today, and a special guest at the end. Wow, Wes, you want to tease that one? You set it all up.
He's a TikTok superstar, almost 1 million followers. It's a first for us, a pop star as well. So you're gonna want to stick around. He's doing some real interesting stuff.
We don't just want to say what he's doing.
It's probably gonna be in the title of this show.
Oh, okay. Well, he's racially transitioning to be Korean from British, and he's going to have penis reduction surgery to become 100% Korean.
Yep. He's also getting them Korean nipples done.
Yeah,
so whatever that means.
All kinds of body parts. Got
it's hard to describe. You just know. You just know when you get a Korean nipple versus an English nipple in your mouth. You know.
You do.
I would imagine you would. I think that's what he was saying. So yeah. You'll have to stick around to the end, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'll have to hear from the expert yourself. Yeah. What do we talk about first before that, Mark? What's in the cup of coffee?
All sorts of stuff. I don't know. How about? Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but we'll talk about the Queen and her situation. We're going to talk about one of our favorite basketball players of all time. He's a coach now. He did something insane. And yeah, we'll go through the normal stuff, the holidays. I have a new honorable mentions game we're going to play by popular demand.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. We got Pat. We got
well,
international.
So, I'm sure most people listening to the show are big fans of the ESPN series 30 for 30. I think it's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to sports. Yeah. I'm going to be previewing what will surely be a 30 for 30 in a couple years. It's one of the bravest feats of athleticism and just intensity, tenacity that I've seen. Anyone's seen in sports, I feel, in the last 15
Olympics?
Years.
We're talking about Leah Thomas?
Oh, it's not Leah Thomas.
Not Leah Thomas.
Oh, right, because she dominated, right?
She dominated.
Yeah. It is
records.
It is adjacently related in a weird way, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting. It's
a dick heavy show. Let's be honest.
It's a very dick heavy show.
You better believe it, because what I've got is one of perhaps the most listener requested stories I've ever seen, and it's about the sperm cupcakes.
Every story is chock full of dick today.
We're talking
more
sperm
smell
cupcakes
gear to talk about cupcakes.
Wes led us through the interview, but you guys want to get into it?
I've been watching Euphoria this weekend too. So my weekend has just been dick.
Speaking of streaming,
dick heavy.
Stream the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was number one over the weekend.
All weekend.
There we go.
All weekend.
Talk about trending. Also, this is important. This fucking thing I'm holding up right here,
Similac,
recalled. That's baby formula. That was recalled for salmonella. And I had to find out from like a weird text message.
The one that the product you use.
The product you feed your babies.
We use that.
Was recalled for salmonella. And it's like not all over the news. So if you are doing what I'm doing and had to find out from a weird text message, hey, thanks a lot, Similac.
When you say weird text message, you mean like
thanks for spreading the word,
like a public service announcement?
No. Like I got a text. I got a text from
grandma.
Like
grandma.
My wife found the post on Facebook from the FDA. That's how I found out about it. Well, and never was informed until the good people at Costco a few days later told me, hey, the Similac that you bought, there's something wrong with it. But a lot of people probably don't know because they didn't go to Costco. They don't shop at Costco. They got
that should be in everyone's cup of coffee today. Look for top stories. It should be. That is not good.
No,
but here we go.
It's for babies.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
That's right. Don't put that in your baby's cup of coffee anymore. Don't use that product. That sucks. So we got the cup of coffee in the big time. We're starting off the week with fun fact. And I'm actually going to do a couple fun facts, some Will fun facts. That's not hard factor will. I'm talking last will and testament will.
Okay.
All right. So an estimated 1 million dogs in the U.S. have been named primary beneficiaries in their owners' wills.
How did they collect on that, though?
I don't know. I don't know. The note underneath said this has become a problem for lawyers, because
It goes to the government side.
Yeah.
It's become a problem for blood relatives of these people. Imagine,
It does.
you think you had a bad day, bad week, bad month. Imagine not being ranked above a fucking dog.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you take the dog and then just wait till it dies and then get all the money?
Or force the dog to sign over power of attorney
Right.
to you.
Yeah. You
Right,
do a
take the
TikTok
dog power
video
attorney.
with the dog and you dub his voice.
Trade it for a steak. Millions for a steak.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want the millions in the bank that you can't access because you have paws?
It's
or
just
this
people-
steak?
It's just people that hate their families.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And they're insane, yeah.
Yeah, and they're insane. That too. Another will fact is in 1997, a Louisville woman left actor Charles Bronson all of her money in a handwritten will. It was over $300,000, and she was just a fan of Charles, never met him.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, so look, I've got a lot of cats to feed and a wife who likes champagne, so if any of you listeners have severe mental health issues and are about to croak and have no family or pets,
That's a hard sell to your
sign
wife
it over.
that you weren't banging that woman.
Pop me in there.
Pop me in there. Consider me. All right.
You go to that meeting.
I'm
You
telling
said
you,
Charles
it's trouble,
Bronson?
Yeah. So, you weren't fucking her? Oh, you were. Oh, so you weren't. She just left you $300,000. You weren't fucking her. Okay.
That's weird, right?
All
My
right,
mom
Chuck.
left it to Charles Bronson?
Well, they have that other fact of the million pets. At least, people. Anyways, all right, let's move on.
You think you had to meet the family? That would have been awesome.
I'm thinking he had an awkward conversation with his wife. I guarantee that.
Yeah. Probably. Let's move on to holidays, though. It is President's Day, the big one, right? That's the big holiday today. It's President's Day is celebrated on the third Monday of February every year, and it's to honor all the past presidents of the U.S., but specifically Georgie Wash, as it always was right around Georgie Wash's birthday, which is tomorrow, February 22nd, and used to just be called George Washington's birthday.
Right.
So it always falls right around George Washington's birthday because of George Washington, but we call it President's Day now for everyone else as well.
Man.
Yeah.
That's like when you're a only child, right? And Christmas is all about you, right? And then your parents pop out another one, and then you got to share that holiday with those little.
It's true,
siblings.
but he gets enough. He gets the $1 bill and the quarter. So, I mean,
Yeah, Lincoln
true.
gets the $5 and the penny, bro.
This is kind of like
probably the top two.
Jefferson gets the $2 bill and the nickel, right?
it's true. This is kind of like if
much
you had
less used. Yes.
if your birthday fell on Boxing Day, right? Then you have Christmas and your birthday combined. This is what's happening to Georgie Wash. He's got President's Day and his birthday too close together now, so he only gets the one set of thanks. All right, this day in history. On February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated. You may remember 2 of his 3 convicted assassins just got exonerated a month ago, almost a month to the day. That was another one of those fishy assassinations, right, along the lines of JFK or MLK Jr., along the lines of conspiracy theories or alternate theories.
It was none of the people that got arrested for it. So who was it?
Mark,
Yeah.
are you saying the
Who was
least?
it?
I'm
Who
sorry, the
was
most
it?
radical of those 3 men, therefore the most dangerous to the government? There was
Yeah.
some fishiness about his assassination.
There was, and that's why 2 of the 3 convicted killers were exonerated because they had nothing to do with it.
The CIA was getting it on.
But
in
the
60s.
government said
I
they
mean,
did
bro,
at the time.
That was
Good
FBI
Lord.
too.
Oh yeah.
Fucking,
Pick your letters.
Who is J. Edgar
Hoover?
Hoover? Who was was he?
Hoover.
Was he in charge during the 60s?
Ran the fucking government, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit.
Whoever was in charge of the CIA in the 60s ran the government for sure.
That
'cause
was
they
Alan Dulles.
did a lot of assassinations.
You sure another assassination, Hoover? Yes.
Yeah. These
Alan
cameras
Dulles.
are getting pretty good. Better
Dulles,
get-
the guy who the airport's named after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him or his
Dulles
brother.
is the guy. Oh my
Oof.
gosh.
All right.
Assassination savant. Dulles.
Right.
He's an
And,
ass king.
In 1848, on this day in history, the Karl Marx and Frederick Engels published their Bible, the Communist Manifesto. There you go. Anyone read that
Yeah.
little book that popped out?
Just every night before bed.
Pat, do you have any tattoos of your favorite passage?
Yeah, they're any highlighted in there?
The undeveloped state of the class struggle, as well as their own surroundings, causes socialists of this kind to consider themselves far superior to all class antagonisms.
Oh, wow.
Think about that.
So you got to go further than socialism, is what he's saying, I guess.
Don't stop there.
It's like the
That's just the tip.
174th birthday or whatever of that book. In 1995, American businessman and adventurer Steve Fawcett became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean in a balloon. So this idiot got in a balloon and somehow survived across Pacific Ocean ballooning.
That's a guy that leaves everything to his dog.
Yeah, that's a buffoon in a balloon.
Was it like a Zeppelin or like a
I
hot
don't
balloon?
know.
It had a pretty nice interior.
This is what it looked like inside. Yeah,
I did it.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The view from my 4x4-inch window is just fantastic.
no one talks Steven out of it.
For days. How many days did we stay in there?
Many, several days.
Instead, I couldn't do it.
It smelled horrible in there by the time he got out of that balloon.
All my friends dared me.
What an idiot. All right, now before we move into the honorable mentions and the top two stories of the day, I have a few quick updates on probably the actual two biggest stories that we've covered many times in the past few weeks and will again, I'm sure. But for the most part, I wanted to give a break from it since this is, it's a comedy show too, and these are not really that funny of stories. In Ottawa over the weekend, it seems like over 200 protesters, some 200 protesters were arrested, and there were a few recorded police incidents where they fired anti-crowd weapons at the protesters, and there was the incident that was widely shown over the weekend where the horses almost trampled a few people to death. Like the lady, it missed her head by like a centimeter, thank God, and she didn't die, but there was some reports saying that she did die. I don't think she did, but there was some killing, there was some shooting of like incendiary objects, there was 200 arrests, no deaths yet.
It was the minor leagues compared to America's.
It was
Men on
also
horses
mostly
with
violence
whips.
being perpetrated by the state onto the protesters, right? As opposed to protesters onto the state.
Yeah,
I just mean it's JV, it's junior varsity on both fronts.
They were doing stuff like this. It got nasty.
They were beating the shit out of people.
It got nasty for sure. It got nasty for sure.
I saw
and now
some
there's
very graphic beating videos where they were just dragging people and beating the shit out of them. Yeah.
It's the freshman football. Of
Well, they must have been burning buildings down, right? Fighting people. That's the reason they did it, right?
No,
To
Willie,
flush them out.
that's varsity stuff. That's American stuff.
There's also like an American freedom convoy now too, so probably we'll have more on that. But hopefully everyone stays safe.
We're not free enough here.
Right, I know. Anyways,
We want more freedom.
Also, the Ukraine-Russia stuff. British
than
Prime
Canada.
Minister Boris Johnson got in on the phone over the weekend saying Russia is gearing up to start the biggest war Europe's seen since World War II. Macron, Biden, Boris are meeting a lot. They met a lot on Sunday to talk and ramp up the rhetoric. I guess there may have been
To
some
announce
firing.
that it's the biggest war since World War
Yeah.
II.
That's kind of a misleading statement, right? It's a little misleading.
So far, it's certainly not that big a deal, but they just keep saying stuff like this. Hopefully, it doesn't escalate. There may have been some firing over the weekend. We covered some of it on like a kindergarten. I think a couple people died, but they were in like the areas where there's been fighting since 2014. There's a couple border towns that are kind of still
14,000 people have died in that war since 2014.
right. And there's some finger pointing on if Ukraine is framing Russia or Russia's framing it. But listen, I think Will's going to talk about it a little more, and I'm done talking about both those stories today. It's my cup of coffee, and I like my coffee black, which is why these honorable mentions are going to be a little different. So you'll hear about Russia and Ukraine later on the show from Will. And here we go. Honorable mentions. I got a lot of messages over the weekend, submissions, I should say, as I always do now, for which one's worse. It's reaching a fever pitch.
Show me those DMs.
They're personal, Pat. They're personal. I don't want to reveal people's.
You can't do that.
I can't dox
Can't
people.
dox somebody.
No, and I think we should start putting out some which one's worse merch, Wes. So we'll get on that.
I'm down.
It's flying off the shelf.
Some even submitted me fucked up stories recommending they be used as the sister segment. Well, that's fucked up. So the honorable mentions today are all going to be, well, that's fucked ups from the weekend, and I'll ask you at the end which one's worse.
Okay.
First up, 29-year-old Colby Martin, here he is, of White Pigeon, Michigan, was arraigned late last week for his alleged crime in September of 2020 when he ran over and killed a retired woman who was on her daily walk so that he could take her dead body to the woods and have sex with it, which he did. That's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Did you soften her up first?
Yeah. There's an image of that necro freak Colby Martin. His eyes look deader than their sex partners.
He's like a hot felon, though. Jeez.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, it makes you wonder why he was resorting to killing people to have sex with their corpses. That definitely a fucked up one.
Not a conversationalist.
No.
Can't carry a conversation. Put him back up. You think he's hot?
He's not horrible looking.
He's decent. Decent looking guy.
Wes's
Probably
first take is that he's a hot felon. I mean, he's okay.
Better looking than the average felon.
Wes thought the last hot felon from England was like stood toe to toe with the hot convict, which is
actually
ridiculous.
the poll was surprisingly close.
It was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was closer than I thought it would.
That's
be.
because
It should have been 100%.
That's some racism bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. They're not releasing the woman's name to the public because of what happened to her after she was murdered with the necrophilia. A search engine of Martin's computer by the police turned up a whole bunch of necrophilia porn, as you could imagine. So they got him.
Yeah.
All right.
What he's into.
Next up, and oh boy, this next one is actually the only one since I started doing these segments that I considered not doing because it's too fucked up. So here we go. 38-year-old mother of 4, Christy Spacuzza, was murdered by 22-year-old piece of total shit, Calvin Crew. She was driving her car for Uber, her job, when Crew, who was arrested earlier in the week for gun charges but let out in bond, nice job, Pennsylvania, kidnapped and robbed Christy, holding her at gunpoint 10 minutes into their 90-minute drive that he made her do. So for 80 minutes, he had a gun to the back of her head. And then he shot her in the head while she begged for her life, saying, "Please don't kill me. I have 4 children." Crew allegedly took money from her bank account via her phone and then stole her car after he killed her. And I'd say that's very fucked up. Well, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the most inner circle of hell is reserved for guys like Crew.
So these are pretty tough today. I'll tell you what. People had the whole.
You're saying that people are into
sending me
they
these.
want to hear the. They
People are
want
sending. This is coming from the producer of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, you're complaining.
No, I know, and I'm saying maybe.
Yeah. So look. People had the whole weekend to commit atrocious crimes. So we could probably stop at those 2 for today. So which one's worse, guys?
Oh, I mean, the mother of 4 who was assassinated.
You don't think the woman who got sexed after killed?
She was at least elderly. The mother of 4 who got executed at her job.
An agonizing 90 minutes. That woman was probably just hit and dead immediately. The other one was.
All right, I got 2 Uber drivers. Pat, what's yours?
Oh man, the other guy was an Uber driver too.
No, I'm saying 2 for the Uber lady.
Oh, I think
or the retired lady who got killed and raped.
To be totally frank, right? Both of these came across the text chain earlier or late in the day yesterday, and the one that the lady, the older woman.
Wait, what freaked you out the most?
That really.
Well, we're split 2-2. There we go. That's why we play the game. All right, moving on to number 2, the number 2 story today.
You guys are
That doesn't make sense. Your explanation for why we play the game doesn't make sense.
That's why we play the game, because no one knows who's going to win. All right. I got some other messages this weekend from listeners, not just the dark story submissions, although this one's pretty dark too. But these were more accusatory in tone, like, "Look, you piece of shit, you just killed the queen, you motherfucker." Because if you remember, I predicted the Queen of England would die early in 2022, which I immediately regretted. And the number 2 story today is the old broad, Lizzie II, has contracted COVID over the weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, did you guys also see the Bill Gates viral video? He basically said that Omicron is a better vaccine, so she's going to survive.
Yeah, the queen's gonna be fine.
Well, the queen is 95, and Buckingham Palace is reporting that although she is statistically 340 times more at risk than Canadian singer Justin Bieber, who also got COVID over the weekend, that the Queen is just experiencing mild cold symptoms, and plans on keeping up a light workload of, I guess, getting her picture taken or whatever the fuck she does. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
She's gonna.
I don't understand why they haven't dropped all the COVID stuff everywhere, because Gates, the guy who conspiracy theorists believe cooked this fucking thing up, came out over the weekend and was like, "Look, the Omicron variant is better and it got out to the world faster than all of the vaccines." So, Gates is saying
He was disappointed.
Well, no,
He did seem a little upset.
You guys don't get Gates. You guys just don't get him. You don't get him.
That's what he said, though.
I know. What he was saying is there's another virus coming. And
Yeah, he's like, I'm making it, bro.
he's not making it.
Wait until I release the next one.
Yeah, we're tinkering.
I will eat my hat if Bill
Okay.
Gates turns out to be
All right, yeah, okay. All right, so everyone's rooting for the Queen to fully recover quickly, including all 4 of us here at Hard Factor, right? Well, everyone is except her eldest son, 73-year-old Prince Charles, that has been waiting decades to be king. And if you don't believe me, why don't you ask me who gave the Queen COVID?
Charles? Did he do
Charles.
it? Who gave it? Who gave it?
Charles gave her the fucking COVID, guys.
He was
That would be
positive.
Charles, who tested positive on February 10th and had been hanging out with his mom, planning her Jubilee party with her and the family consistently up until the 10th. So don't point your fingers at me, you silly little Brits. If the Queen dies, it's your future king's fault. Pretty cheeky move. Your mother, the Queen, says your wife, Camilla, officially can become Queen Camilla when she dies at her own Platinum Jubilee party you organize, and then a few days later, you come up positive for COVID. Classic Charles.
Nobody wants that Jubilee party to happen.
Well, it already happened. There's another one in June.
okay.
It already happened.
okay.
What
She
exactly
officially
is it?
so in
She probably caught it at the Jubilee
on
party,
February 6th
Probably.
it was like her February 6th was like her 75th or whatever anniversary.
Right.
And she definitely, like, he was sick at the Jubilee party, and that's when it all started. Yeah.
I don't want to be a
Extra
dick.
affectionate.
But they're
I
gonna
love
be
you
fine.
guys. I love
She's
you
gonna be
guys.
fine, it sounds
But
like.
if we're still doing this show in 75 years, I'm going to kill myself. Like, what job do you want for 75 years?
Dude, if we were still doing Hard Factor in 75 years, imagine how big it would be.
Oh my God, it'd be so big. But I'm
would be
saying
big.
you'd get burnt out. I'm saying after 50 years, 60 years or something.
I think we'd want a Jubilee party
We could just,
at least.
we could
Yeah.
just swap out our
a
human
Jubilee
bodies with like a robot chassis. Put our brain.
That's true.
The technology would
Well,
exist.
we
by
would totally Howard Stern it and do like 2 days a week.
We could also
Yeah, no, I
deepfake
know.
ourselves.
Yeah, it would be
then
like-
have AI do the show instead of us.
It would be such lazy work at that point. All right. So yeah, I'm sure she's gonna be fine, right? And if she dies, not my fault, Charles's fault. Remember that. All right, let's move on. That takes us to the number 1 story of the day, or
The cream of the crop!
and I'd like to introduce you to the subject of the cream of the crop by showing you one of the greatest sports team intros of all time, which has the subject of this story in it twice. Here you go.
That's the reason I'm a bullet. My man Chris Webber. You the man, you the man. Entertain me. You the man, you the man. Let's go. You the man,
Who knows next?
that's the reason I'm a bullet fan. John McClane. You the man, you the man. Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
Miller Sound. That's the reason I'm a bullet fan. Time to door some threes up, push a little D up. The U.S. Air Arena is the place that's gonna heat up. Step up, get swept up, you know you get devoured by Cheney, Styles, and Juwan Howard.
And Juwan Howard.
What a wasted talent that team was. I mean, that team
Yeah.
just middled.
Well, the
I know.
Bullets in general, what a great franchise, and they just pooped it away with the Wizards. I mean,
Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, perennial all-stars, and then you have a 7'7" guy that couldn't stay on the court because he was, had his toes were like mangled.
yeah, had a lot of cabbage breath issues.
Do you remember those pictures of Mirasan and his girlfriend? I'm going to find them.
Wasn't the Newt Bullet too? Didn't they have the 2 tallest guys?
Dude, Mirasan put away some cabbages.
Oh
Just
yeah,
nothing but cabbage.
they had Rex Chapman on that team too. Everyone's favorite guy.
They called him the Big Cabbage.
the big cabbage. Mirasan.
How do you spell
He was
Mirasan?
huge and he smelled like cabbage.
Speaking of penis reductions, that guy probably could use one. All right, that's right. Before Washington was the Wizards, right? They had the best logo in the league as the Washington Bullets. And NCAA men's basketball superstar from Michigan, Juwan Howard, was a huge member of that team, making several All-Star appearances. And with intro songs like that, 41 times a year at home, it's easy to see how you can get a big head, which is what he seems to have carried over some 25 years later to his current role of head coach of his alma mater, Michigan University. Also, remember, Michigan has a 23% acceptance rate, where Michigan State has a 76%.
Right, a lot
just to
higher.
update. Burn. So Howard's now in the midst of his 3rd season coaching his elite school, and yesterday he did something that lands him in his first ever cream of the crop spot, and that slapped the shit out of Wisconsin's assistant coach in the post-game handshake line. Let's take a look at the video of what happened yesterday after Wisconsin beat Michigan. Here you go.
77-63.
Wisconsin wins 77-63.
And Juwan Howard not going over immediately to shake hands.
I knew he was. I wouldn't be happy either, but there's no excuse for this. Absolutely not.
Zero excuse. This cannot happen.
What are they chanting?
I don't know, but the Wisconsin was just screaming, "Get out of here!" Those announcers were great. It went on; they were like, "He's going to get suspended." Oh yeah, he's going to get suspended. Like they were really into it.
Like Herb Street on Virginia Tech.
Yeah, the bunch of thugs. Yeah. So it was funny. Basically, what happened was Wisconsin called a timeout with like no time left in the game, up by 15, and they were like. And Juwan Howard's like, what the fuck, dude? Can't we just run the clock out? You just destroyed us. And so they weren't happy that they ran like a set play and called timeout. And then Juwan Howard just didn't want to like shake hands because he was so mad. And as he finally walked past the Wisconsin coach grabbed him by the arm and like poked him in the chest. And that's what set off Juwan Howard, who didn't hit the coach. He hit the assistant coach. He swung at the assistant coach later.
But why did he think that would matter in terms of his punishment? He should have just hit the head coach.
No, he lost his cool, but
he
it
just
was
lost his cool.
It was.
He was going to hit somebody. He should have hit
Yeah.
the head coach.
He should have hit the head coach.
It was Wisconsin's. He really is the fault here. He grabbed Juwan Howard. He confronted him. Juwan didn't want to say shit to him. He started that confrontation, but Juwan Howard is going to get punished for it in the end.
Violent, though.
He's going to get
violent. Yep.
That's what I was getting at. Asking.
But his team's going to be happy he stood up for them.
Oh, yeah, if that other coach played basketball, which he did not look like he did, the one that got hit, that's what I'm saying. You have a guy like Juwan Howard, right, who is an elite fucking athlete. He was on that Michigan team, right? He was on the Bullets, obviously. Like, that's how guys do it. Is you might get a little physical. This guy who did not play b-ball, the coach, like, he has no idea, man. He has no idea.
Basketball players are not tough. They're notoriously soft.
Who's that?
Basketball players.
Yeah, but Juwan, you don't mess with Juwan.
Yeah,
he still shouldn't hit the guy.
Not 90s basketball players. Well, those guys were tough.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
well, I mean, like I'm not talking about like
Ron Artest changed his name to Meta.
Yeah, the Pistons of the
like
90s.
Right. Yeah, I'm not talking about. Yeah, we're in a different era right now.
A lot of people said Mirasan used to carry a bat.
Yeah, 2022 is a little bit softer in the league.
A little in the NBA than the 90s.
Murison carried around a bat, his huge cabbage dick. So, yeah, I mean, Juwan Howard's going to get suspended, obviously. But, anyways, I thought it was funny. He didn't really knock the guy out or anything, so all's fair.
An open hand slap.
It's fine. It's going to be fine. Everyone's overreacting. Juwan Howard's the man. You the man. That's the reason we were Bullets fans back in the 90s. All right, there you go. That's the coffee, cream of the crop, all that stuff. And look, it was brought to you by Stamps.com. And as small business owners, and first of all, I'd like to say our small business does not seem small to us. And it's growing every day. But we still can't afford to miss out on opportunities to continue to grow and keep our customers wanting more. Also, time is money. Don't waste either with repeated trips to the post office. So to save time and help us keep our customers wanting more with mailing our promotion winnings or stickers or merch, we'll use Stamps.com. And you can skip the trip and focus on how you take care of your small business too and take it to the next level if you go check out Stamps.com. Stamps.com lets you print and official postage right from your computer and saves you money in the process so you can spend less time at the post office and more time making your customers happy. For more than 20 years now, Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Stamps.com gives you access to all the post office and UPS shipping services you need right from computer, and you get discounts you can't find anywhere else. Like how about 40% off USPS rates and 76% off UPS? Ho! Whether you're an office sending invoices, a side hustle, Etsy shop, or a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier. All you need is a computer and a standard printer. No special supplies or equipment. You're up and running in minutes printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send. Stop overpaying for shipping with Stamps.com. Sign up with promo code HARDFACTOR. That's one word for a special offer that includes a 4-week free trial. That's a month free. Free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com. Click the microphone at the top of the page and enter code HARDFACTOR.
Yes. Nice. Game changer. Stamps.com.
I love it. Who's up? Is it me?
I think it's you.
We're doing all right. Well, come with me. Come with me on a sports journey overseas.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Gentlemen, elite athletes, right? They've always put their bodies on the line to achieve greatness in sport. In fact, sacrificing one's physical self is almost a requirement for greatness. Just ask anyone who's ever sidled up next to a urinal that Barry Bonds or Mark McGwire or Sammy Sosa are using. You don't even need to look to know that the weak stream of urine trying to juke around their swollen prostates is a casualty of their unforgettable home run races in the summers of '98 and the summers of 2001. Those men, they gave up the privilege of making it through an evening of sleep, uninterrupted by a sad trip to the bathroom, to break the records of lesser, more health-conscious men that came before them. And look, these athletes, they make a difficult choice to sacrifice everything for a chance at true greatness. They are the 1% of the already elite 1%. And on Saturday, guys, at the Beijing Winter Olympics, a Finnish cross-country skier named Rennie Lindholm, he came across two paths that diverged in a yellow wood, and Remy knew that he could not travel both. One of the roads, guys, would leave Remy vaguely remembered as a footnote in the annals of cross-country Olympic skiing history. And the other road, well, the other road would give him a chance to claim his spot as one of the bravest cross-country skiers since the sport's inception in 600 BCE.
Whoa.
But it would almost cost him everything.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's quite a choice. Two roads.
Two roads. What happened, guys?
Sophie's choice.
It's Sophie's choice. What happened? Well, I put the wrong music cue. What happened? Guys, the winds were howling that day. The wind chill making the -9 degree Fahrenheit feel like -25. Today is the coldest day of the season by far, one skier said, as he lined up next to the 24-year-old Remy Lindholm, as he prepared to take on the grueling 50-kilometer cross-country race for Olympic gold. Conditions were so bad that day, guys, that the International Ski Federation made the unprecedented decision to cut the length of the race down by 20 kilometers. That's for fear, right? The temperatures would put
40% of the race they cut down?
They'd cut it down. They cut it right down. They were afraid that some Olympians would die, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, starting gun fired. And it wasn't long. It wasn't long into the race before the young Finn felt that something was off. And after a strong start, guys, Remy slowly but surely faded from the head of the pack as the athlete began to realize that he would be fighting the day's battle on two simultaneous fronts. Both the competition for Olympic gold and the fight to keep his penis from freezing all the way through and most likely shattering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to withdraw.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's an easy choice. Sophie's choice, no, I'm going with the withdrawal.
right. I mean, it sounds like he already had lost, too. It's actually just insult on injury. Like, he started fading, and then his dick froze off.
Had he lost, Will?
Well,
Had
he
he
didn't
lost?
get the gold, right?
Well,
I mean,
maybe in his mind, everyone else's dick might shatter that's in front of him. If he could,
Guys,
assuming he didn't finish first.
this wasn't Remy's first time having...
If he did finish first, that's respect, you know.
Look, he didn't finish first. Spoiler alert, he didn't finish first. Okay? Wasn't even close. But just
did he
ride
pee
with
on?
me.
What
Just ride
made his-
with me.
What, okay, let's
Ride with me, okay?
Okay.
This wasn't the first time that Remy's genitals looked like a bag of chicken parts being pulled out of the freezer. At an event in his native Finland just 1 year ago, Remy had almost lost his penis to frostbite.
This guy's got to retire.
During a preliminary
The
race.
second time?
This guy's got to retire. Yeah,
Why does nobody else's dick freeze off?
he gets it too wet before the competition. Either pees on it. He gets his junk too wet. He sweats or pees on it.
Might be too big, too much surface area.
He goes hard. Remy made some adjustments, guys.
Big sweaty hog.
He went back to the lab.
Bigger it is, the colder it gets, you know?
He tried to reinforce his ski suit.
Well,
And
his
he trained
arm's not falling off.
He trained hard. But guys, there Remy was, okay? There Remy was at the biggest...
Not again.
The biggest ski event
Yeah.
he'd ever faced.
Wow.
On the biggest stage in cross-country skiing. He knew that if he pushed it, this could be the end for little Remy and the gang, which is how he referred to his genitals. But this was the Olympics, guys.
Oh, he's down.
The whole world was watching.
He looks horrible.
And he couldn't let them down.
He's in pain.
He couldn't let Finland down. Left ski, right ski. Left ski, right ski. Remy pushed all the way while the chilling mountain air penetrated his bone, down to the bone. It was hardening and not in the good way. But Remy still persisted. He was fighting against the devastating pain for 76 agonizing minutes.
Jesus.
He could have quit, guys.
This dick froze in 70 minutes.
He could have done the
Froze
selfish
right
thing.
at the start
While
line.
he was exercising? How is this even possible?
He had 10 more kilometers to go.
He could have just walked away, guys. Sure penised.
Froze before he put his skis on.
But instead, Remy glided to the finish line, frozen penis and all. And he motioned to his trainers, who rushed him a heat pack, which was applied directly to his genitals, hoping they could save his frigid dong. Remy said, quote, "When the body parts started to warm up after the finish, the pain was unbearable." And it was the warm-crotched favorite Alexander Bolshanov of Russia who claimed the gold that day.
It's easier to ski when your dick's not frozen.
And although Remy completed the 28-kilometer race, finishing in 28th place, it was Remy who was the true champion of that day.
No, it wasn't.
Do you think this? You think this Finnish guy's like, quick? I need you to put your mouth on it. Can't feel it.
Wait,
I
body
can't
heat.
feel it. Yeah.
Remy made his country proud. He made the world proud. And he made the sport proud, guys. Finally shedding light on the rampant penis freezing that is rarely talked about in cross-country alpine sports. Here's to Remy.
Wow.
Cheers to Remy.
Cheers to Remy.
Cheers to Remy.
Gold in my book, Remy.
It's like a crash in a Daytona 500. It happens.
It's amazing that Remy's feat actually probably like drowned out Finland's men's hockey, who won gold. I don't know if it was the first time ever, but they beat Russia, which was like huge.
Yeah, he's the talk of the town.
Yeah,
yes.
so the hockey team's got to be a little upset with Remy.
How's your dick, Remy?
His dick is more famous.
Hey, Remy.
Oh, look at him limping. He's holding it. Oh my god!
Let me
Look
buy
at
you
his
a beer,
face. His dick looked like his face just got icicles.
He had a bad
all over.
day.
It's happening again.
Yeah, you think you think he like pointed to like his dick and then he went like he's doing like a break motion. It's gonna shatter.
Coach, it's my dick again. You know how I froze it last year?
No, yeah,
This
I
is
am dead
worse.
serious. Remy is a hero, okay, and we're not taking that away from him. And it's a great sports story, but great point. Again, how the hell did he not make an adjustment so
There's
his
also
dick
fire.
other dudes whose dicks
Yeah.
don't freeze. It's so confusing.
He's got to wear a heating pad down there.
Some other skier was like, honestly, these conditions didn't even affect me. I didn't even ski with a hat on.
My dick. I had a big dick day. It felt great.
Why are you asking about my dick? It was just another race.
Yeah. People applauded Remy for talking about it, apparently.
That's amazing.
Not a lot of guys want to talk about it.
No, you know what this
Dick
is,
freeze.
Pat? This is like the girl that shit her pants when she ran a marathon, and everybody's talking like he should feel good about himself. But
Right.
it's like, come on, behind
You
the
would have
scenes.
quit, Will. I would have quit.
It
Everyone on
does-
this show would have quit.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
just like the diarrhea lady.
It
and then
doesn't
everybody's
show
like, oh,
dedication, just like the diarrhea lady. It just shows they're both tizzes.
Right. What can he parlay this into? Not much.
I love headlines. Don't want to get a headline grab.
He can
He would have let
parlay
the
it into
country
a
down. He would have let Finland down.
Well, you
infamous
know,
headline.
the hockey team lifted Finland up because they actually finished first, unlike Remy, who finished 28th.
Yeah.
Which was harder.
He could do a Batman porn where he plays like Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, porn would be the
man.
next
Poor
thing,
Remy.
right?
Cold dick.
Poor Remy. All right, fellas. One of the most listener requested stories of all time up next, also tangentially related to a penis. But first, a word from our sponsor, Black Buffalo. Boom. I love a high quality dip as much as the next man. Oh, there it is. Now it's in the camera. A little lip in the shower. That's my favorite. But these days, I like to get that lip in without the guilt by using a tobacco-free alternative like Black Buffalo wintergreen pouches that I love. That's my favorite flavor, the wintergreen pouches. I like straight pouches too. A lot of people love the blood orange. It's dip, Black Buffalo, literally made from edible green leaves and food-grade ingredients with the same flavors, texture, aroma, pack, and nicotine as traditional tobacco products. No compromise required. Born in the Midwest, raised in the South, Black Buffalo proudly manufactures their products here in the USA. All right, so that's big. That's big time. This is all American. Don't just take my word for it. Black Buffalo's quality. They were the 2021's Best New Product winner at CSP Awards and the CS Store Decisions Hot New Products Award winner for 2021. I love the Black Buffalo product, branding, everything. These guys are amazing. It's 2022. Are you still dipping traditional tobacco or these white portion things? If so, and you're 21, it's time to get with Black Buffalo. It's everything you love about dipping, just without the actual tobacco, leaf, or stem. Head to blackbuffalo.com and use promo code HARDFACTOR at checkout for 25% off your first order. Big savings. That's the best offer you'll find, but you'll have to use our code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code HARDFACTOR for 25% off your first order at blackbuffalo.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. So get in there. Black Buffalo. Awesome. All right. And now sperm cupcakes. But first, just a really quick imminent invasion of Ukraine. Day 34 update, guys. It's day 34. Kind of the same as days 1 through 33. Constant intense border shelling continues in eastern Ukraine. Here's a map. See that little red corner there?
That's 2 corners, right? Yeah.
Well, the red, the one's Crimea, which already belongs to Russia. The other red corner is Donetsk and Luhansk.
Right.
The other part where Russia still controls the land inside Ukraine. And so they're shelling all along the contact line constantly. U.S. and Britain say the invasion is extra imminent on day 34 now because the Russians painted a white Z, lettered white Z all over their tanks. They say that's battle prep, and that's the official command from Putin that it's coming down. Meanwhile,
slashing Z's all over the place.
Exactly, just spray painting that Z everywhere.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, looks like Putin is keeping the door open to meeting with France about a diplomatic solution. He says Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky wants sanctions on Russia yesterday for the constant shelling and threat to invade. Germany wants their gas pipeline from Russia. Lots going on still on day 34, as always, and rooting and betting on no war today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, fading Boris Johnson, right? Because we'd all like World War III to not start. And actually found a market you can bet on, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40 to get up to $40 match in the stock market of politics. You can bet on how many times Biden will say Russia or Putin in the State of the Union address.
I love markets like this. I love markets like
which
this.
is on March 1st. Which is on March 1st.
Only way I would watch the State of the Union if I'm betting on it. Yeah.
So what I want to do is 11 cents or more, 38 cents right now, or 11 times or more, 38 cents, because I don't think there will be a full-on war prior to March 1st, and I think Biden wants to keep talking about it. So 11 times or more, Russia or Putin mentioned the State of the Union, 3 or fewer, 12 cents, and they have every single one in between.
Here's a fun game you can play. Will, put that back up, please.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're playing and you pick one of the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can get them for really cheap, like 6 cents, 7 cents. If you're following along, when he starts getting close to that number, like if he says it 3 times and it's halfway through and you're in the 4 market, the 4 market's going to go up. So sell it and move to the 5 market. You can keep doing that and flipping it. Because
flip it live.
If he's halfway through and he said it 3, he's probably going to say it more than 4, but it'll still go up a little bit. So you got to flip it quickly live.
I'll tell you right now, pro tip: 11's not happening. That's dumb money.
11 or over, I think, is happening. I'm fading Boris.
I'm playing the 5. I'm going to start at 5 and start flipping from there.
It never goes that high, but we'll see.
Predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40 to get up to $40 matched in the stock market of politics. I'm fading Boris because I don't think World War III will start. And if it did, actually, Russia and Putin would be more than 11 for sure. So I think that it won't start, and he wants to keep talking about it. So over 11.
It's a fun one. I had 0% planning on watching that State of the Union, but now,
March 1st, you're in because we'll probably all bet on it. If you're like me and you're going to put the last dollars you have into it. Okay, enough beating around the bush, fellas. Finally, time to talk about sperm cupcakes. Meet Cynthia Perkins right there. Oh, she was a West Side Junior High English teacher in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. Yes, cute Pat.
Professor Hottie.
Yeah, right east of Baton Rouge. So
got
middle
athlete's
school students,
face though.
Middle school students, remember, who resigned after police raided her home where she lived with former Livingston Parish Sheriff's Officer Dennis Perkins. Here's the lovely couple right there. He was a SWAT commander. Here's a few.
He looks intense.
Yeah, a few more pictures of the lovely couple. I mean, intense but nice, right? Huh? Just like such a cute Instagram couple.
Dennis takes some serious ownership in the bedroom. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you might be onto something there, Pat. Because while they may appear to be nice, that would be an incorrect assumption. Very wrong. Actually, they're in the soft corner for being kid abusers. Because back in 2019, investigators received a tip from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children about the Denham Springs couple. And in October of that year, police seized photographs of the couple posing nude with a child, as well as other evidence, and arrested them on 60 counts of child porn, rape, and other crimes. And they've been waiting in jail, for trial ever since then, October 2019.
Teacher and a cop, huh?
Yeah, teacher and a cop, Wes. Middle school teacher and a SWAT commander.
Do they have children? Do we know anything about who the children were?
Oh, I don't think they have their own, but we do know
It's horrible.
Something about the children. And now, Pat, it's really horrible because recently unsealed court documents show the police also found pictures of Perkins' students eating semen-laced cupcakes in her class that were labeled with the students' names on them. So they pranked the kids with the semen cupcakes and then documented it for themselves, scrapbooked it.
Get a little extra on Johnny's. He's a real bastard.
Yeah, and also
Were they salted caramel?
Yeah,
right,
glazed.
No,
sneaks right in
Davey,
there.
this one's for you.
Yeah,
Labeled.
smell it. Does it smell bad?
Smell
Personally,
like a sycamore tree.
Yeah,
personally labeled, right, like a dog would. And that couple, also the police when they did that raid, the new court documents unveiled that they also raped a child between the ages of 9 and 10.
Good God.
Investigators,
they really batted the cycle on child porn
they're whole
stuff.
pieces of shit,
Yeah.
Mark. That's why they're in the soft corner for forever. Investigators also found hidden cameras in their attic and bathroom, and said they uncovered even more pictures on an iPhone. So just the worst people possible, pretty much. One small pleasant surprise in this horrible story out of Louisiana is that
They both have stage 4 cancer.
No, that would be better. But Cynthia has accepted a plea deal as of last week that she will flip on her husband, Dennis, who goes by Denny, in exchange for getting 40 years of hard labor without the possibility of probation or parole.
So she's still going to get 40 and flip. Is that
Yes,
okay.
40 hard labor flipping.
I'm good with 40 for her and maybe more for the SWAT master.
Oh, yeah, because the state
Yeah.
of Louisiana, Mark, will now finally begin going after her husband, who she's trying to divorce from jail. His name is Denny Perkins, goes by Denny, fun guy, with 150 counts of mostly sex crimes, and that his trial starts on May 9th. It includes rape, voyeurism, sexual battery of a child, and production of child pornography. So,
Jesus. All right, so look,
horrible
let's-
soft corner.
let's address the elephant in the room.
Which one's worse? Is it this one, or is it the woman who got shot in the Uber, or is it the guy who ran over and had sex?
It's a
with
lot
that
of bad
body?
ones.
Which
There's a
one's
lot of
worse?
bad ones. Hard to play that game.
We're all thinking. I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. Okay, you take out the rape shit, which is fucking horrible. You take out whatever photographs they took, which is fucking horrible.
Are you saying the cupcakes is funny?
You remove it from being any child that you will have responsibility over belongs to you, or it's a little hilarious. Just the cupcakes.
No, it's not. No,
Not
it's
at all.
not.
Just
You,
the-
not fuck
You guys
that.
are afraid.
Can you imagine finding out you ate a sperm cupcake?
What did I just say?
Or
You
your
right
kid.
now imagine
What did I?
you ate a
What
sperm
did I?
cupcake.
What did I just say?
It would have been funny. It would have been funnier if it was to her coworkers.
Yeah.
What did I just say? You
yeah,
remove
adults would
any,
be funny.
Yeah,
any
No,
child you know.
no, that one prank also not that funny. 'Cause
it's kind of funny if it's
so
adults.
imagine you right now found
Adults,
out you
it's
ate
funny.
a sperm cupcake.
Yeah. No, I'd be mad. I'd be furious.
I mean, you're right. It's
That'd
not.
ruin your year.
I'd be like, oh, it's Denny's.
Just
Ah,
counseling.
I'm
Denny's
just
sperm
testing you guys.
is demon sperm?
yeah.
No.
I'm with you, Pat. When I
They're monsters.
when I saw the
They're
40
definitely
years, I was
monsters.
like, 40 years for just a couple sperm cupcakes? No way. And then
Yeah, just
and
putting some bodily
yeah,
fluid in some
there's
food?
a lot more to the story.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
child
more to the
porn
story.
office factory, and it was bad
Yeah,
situation.
let's throw away the key.
I mean, she should get life too. 40 years is a little light on her, if you ask me.
Well,
If she's
she's
raping
flipping.
kids, yeah.
Anyone that sexually abuses a child, we need out of our society forever.
yeah.
I agree.
Well, she'll die in prison.
It's her cooperation. She'll get out at 74, Wes. She's 74 right now.
They need to serve her some turd cupcakes. in prison.
Why don't we have an
Louisiana?
island?
This guy, I don't think you could put somebody down for this, but I mean, they'll throw the book.
Do you think the SWAT commander that's a pedophile is going to be treated well in prison?
Right?
They're licking their lips to get into Denny's tush.
Well, he's also been in jail now for 2 years while he waits trial. So he might
They
be
want
a
to get
shell
in
of
that,
a man.
guys.
That sounds like a gay bar, Denny's Tush.
They want
You want
that
to go have
tush.
some beers at Denny's Tush?
That tushin is going to get the pushing.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the soft corner, because fuck those two. But good segue though, right, Wes? The Denny's Tush for the next segment.
Sure, yeah, great segue. We're going to go and we're going to have a K-pop star. So let's just do it. All right, we are very excited about this next guest, who is our very first K-pop superstar singer and TikTok superstar. Over 815,000 followers, over 26 million likes. We're very excited to talk to him. Welcome to Hard Factor, Oli London. How are you doing?
Hi guys, thank you so much. I'm great, thank you. How are you all?
Oh, we're awesome.
Doing great.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
Ollie, where the
Yeah.
hell are you? You look like you paid someone to do
By
lighting.
a beach.
Looks like God's lighting. It's really nice.
It's good lighting, right? This is why I chose to sat here, but I'm just in Long Beach, California. I'm
There you
just
go.
enjoying some sunshine after being in New York, where it was very, very cold.
Yeah,
The
good
waves look nice behind you. It's a nice day.
It's very, very therapeutic just sitting by this. Yeah,
Yeah.
Now, you know Long Beach is a shithole, right? You know, like did someone
it's
tell you that? When you,
nice. It's really
okay.
nice.
I just want to
It's
make sure
nice.
that you're getting the right intel about where in America to hang.
I mean, maybe you're thinking Venice Beach has gone a little bit downhill recently because there's a lot of homelessness, but Long Beach is really nice.
Oh, are you saying that Long Beach is better than Venice? Okay, cool. We got to have a
Pat's-
conversation.
Oh God! Oh no! I'm doing to start a war here.
It's not like
Don't worry,
someone's
Ollie.
slipping you back.
Watch out, Ollie. Pat has never
Pat's-
lived in LA, but he knows every best.
Pat's
beach
the
in
one that's
LA.
going to get
Yeah.
messages about that, not you. Don't worry.
Okay,
Pat's-
so
Pat's
Pat,
gonna
Pat
get
takes the
messages.
blame.
No one from Long Beach listens to this show.
Okay, that's a good thing then.
All right, Ollie. So the reason we reached out to you, I'm just going to read a little bit about so our fans can get to know who you are. You are racially transitioning. So you were born in England. Then you found out that you could teach in Korea, right? South Korea. So you went over there in 2013. You pretty much fell in love with Korean culture. And then that's when you decided that I don't want to be British anymore. I want to be Korean. And you started the process of racially transitioning to be Korean. And that is kind of, what's garnered you a lot of attention, positive attention, negative attention. So kind of explain to us, what exactly you've done, why you want to be Korean, and all that good stuff.
It's obviously quite a difficult story. People aren't really familiar with what does it mean to be transracial? What does it mean to identify as a different race? And it's kind of an unusual concept for most people. But basically, it started with me. As you said, I was living in Korea. I was teaching English there, and I was there for a year. So I really got to immerse myself in the culture, got to meet all the Korean people, and really just understand what Korea was about. And I just really fell in love. It was, one of those moments where you're living in a foreign country and you just love everything. I really felt at home. I felt like I was accepted there. I felt like I was more accepted in Korea than in the UK. And I just felt like the people just accepted me as one of their own. So it's since that moment that really changed me. Then I've been undergoing surgeries. I've had 20 surgeries so far. I've got many more planned actually next month and later this year. I know I don't seem to stop, but that's what started my journey. But it's, over the last 8 years, I've read a lot more about Korean culture. I spent all my time in Koreatown when I'm in America, and all my friends are Korean. So I just love being around the culture, and I generally feel like I am more a part of that community than I am in the UK, and I just feel more accepted. And that's why I feel like I am Korean. I love everything about Korea. I know everything about Korea. It's like, I don't understand why people online have a problem with me being there.
Who's president of Korea?
Moon Jae-in, President Moon Jae-in. Sorry, sometimes when I'm put on the spot, I can't think, but no, it's President Moon Jae-in.
That was on the spot. Actually, I'm going to put you on the spot again. You said this is around 2013. Does this have anything to do with the 2014 World Cup where England again laid an egg and Korea got to the round of the final 8? Does it have anything to do with soccer? Football?
I'm not a sports fan. I don't know anything
Okay.
about sports, so I wouldn't even know what that moment was. Sorry.
Fair enough.
I went over there to teach English, which I feel like pretty much everyone on this show, if you grew up in America, you know someone from an English-speaking country who went to Korea to teach English. It was a thing. Now, like, I got a buddy, Andrew, right? Loves Korea, huge Korea guy. But he's just white Andrew. So what made you want to make the whole jump, right? Why not just be,
There's Pat's thing again.
Put Pat on mute. Wes, can you put Pat on mute?
I got it. Okay, so Pat's audio has been like this. So, did you hear? Would you want to answer his question? Okay, cool.
So yeah, basically, so I started having surgery to look Korean. I just love the aesthetic. I thought it looks really cute, looks really cool. And I just started from there. And then it was really, I started doing so many surgeries, and I've had 6 nose jobs. I've done my eyes, forehead lift, jaw surgery, chin surgery, cheekbone reduction, even my nipples. Like, I've literally done so many things. So I was like, I know, very painful, but I've done all these things, and it just made me think, okay, well, I'm starting to really look Korean now. Maybe I can identify as Korean because I feel Korean. You know, I listen to K-pop music every day. I hang out with Korean people. I learn
What do your
Korean
friends think about that? Is it, like, in terms of you identifying and doing the ultimate assimilation?
Right. I mean, I always get really good feedback from Korean people. They're always sweet. They're always friendly. They just love the fact that I love their country, and they think, why not? Why not? Okay. It's actually, ironically, it's not any Asian people that get upset with me. It's,
it's Westerners.
Westerners in like America and Europe. And it's like, and, teenage girls, they obviously get upset by me, Generation Z. And I'm thinking, well, what am I actually doing wrong? If you can identify with 500 different pronouns, why can't I?
Ollie, the latest headline is, it might be what some haters are grabbing onto, right? West,
well, before we get into that, and the big kind of the headline, why we got, why you were trending and why how we found you. You're also, is that Pat again?
Yeah.
What is that noise?
No, it's a motorbike.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, you are a K-pop singer, and you. I have 2 videos. I want to ask which one you want me to play. I have Korean Boy, and then I have the one. It's a BTS, Oli London versus BTS, the Butter song. Which one?
Right.
Which one would you like us to play?
I mean, I think Korean Boy is more fun. It's actually a cover of a song from the 80s, Japanese Boy. So I changed the lyrics around and stuff. And I was like, let me have fun. I dressed up as a Korean girl, and I thought, let me have fun. I like to make people laugh. I like to make people smile. And not everyone gets my sense of humor, but it's a fun song.
Oh yeah,
it is cool. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit for it right now for the fans.
Nice.
Jimin said he loves me every day. Whoa. Now I'm eating kimchi all on my own. Whoa. Was it something I said or Taeyeon that made him pack his bags up? Dash he run? Could it be another he's found? It's breaking up the marital home. Betchan, can you tell me where my love has gone? He's my Korean boy. I woke up one morning and Jimin was gone. He's my Korean boy. Oh,
all right, amazing.
See, you're dancing along.
Yes, absolutely. No, it's very catchy.
The cardboard cutout you're carrying around, that was the Korean Boy? Or
that's but I was actually married to that cardboard cutout. I got married in Las Vegas, but actually divorced him like a month ago. I know, right? Crazy.
No way.
I know, that's how
sorry, that's bad news. Yeah.
I know, it's very heartbreaking, but it was 2 years married to cardboard. It wasn't, I don't know. He didn't really express many emotions to me, so
gotcha.
Kept giving me paper cuts as well.
Right? Yeah, you moved on. It's okay. It's okay. You're
exactly. Moving on. Need another cardboard cutout.
Yeah, there you go.
What happened in the cardboard? Where is he?
So I still have him. He's in London, but we're just friends now. I got divorced from him. I'm just like, I need to find someone in the real world. It's no fun really dating a cardboard cutout. So, but I think people think I'm a bit too crazy. Nobody really wants to date me.
There's a lot of crazy people out there. Come on, Ollie.
Sure, I've got to find someone.
Yeah, you'll find someone.
Yeah, many fish in the sea,
So, in your quest to racially transition, you've talked about many of the surgeries. Yeah, I saw the article. It said you have spent over $250,000 on surgery. You were on the show Botched, which kind of garnered you some fame. And this recent surgery that here's the headline. Let me just pull it up. Transracial influencer Oli London reveals plans for penis reduction surgery. So that is the big headline. That's where a lot of the attention is coming right now. Can you please explain not only what that is, but also why? Why?
So, I've been doing so many surgeries over 8 years, and I'm just still not happy. I'm still not feeling 100% Korean. And it's like, I've done pretty much most of my face. I've still got a couple of procedures booked in. And now I want to move on to my body. So I want to make my abs. I want to have like Korean abs. So I look like I'm in the military. And then I was thinking, okay, what else can I do? And I had some trolls online saying, you're never going to be 100% Korean. You're like a white boy. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can fix that. And, if I have to cut a few inches off my penis, so be it.
Wait a second.
I would actually do it. I would actually do it.
How did you do things. What kind of statistics did you use to come up with the fact that you needed to remove some? Are you saying that?
No, it's I've lived in Korea, so
okay,
I've based on experience, okay, but I mean, if you look at some studies and stuff, it's it's kind of common knowledge, and obviously the biggest ones in the world are in Congo, the country Congo, and it's like this is just like common knowledge, and I don't mean to offend any Korean people. It's just I feel like I need to do something else to make me feel more Korean. It's like
literally personal experience.
So what if the doctor
you're not matching down there?
No, it's just I think like
okay,
yeah,
it seems a little unusual. It seems like doctors are probably used to penis enlargement. So what if the doctor like reads your chart and he's like, this must be a mistake, and he makes your dick even bigger? Are you gonna switch and just go full Congo, or are you gonna stick with the Korean thing?
Well, I'm always gonna stick with the Korean part. If I have to cut it off myself, I'll do it. But no, I'm gonna go to Thailand later this year, and I'm gonna do some consultations with doctors, and they do perform that surgery there, although it is very rare because most people actually want an enlargement. So that's the only thing. But
are you the first?
I know people have done it because some people actually have really big penises. I mean, mine's like not like a python or anything, but I'm just, I just want to cut a few inches off and stuff. But it's,
that you need to assimilate more, basically.
Yeah. I just feel like because I get trolled online and they say you're never going to be 100% Korean, and I want to prove people wrong. So I'm thinking if that's what it takes to prove people wrong and feel more Korean,
you don't want to clear out the steam room in Korea with a huge hog. I get it.
Exactly. I need to look like the Korean average. So yeah,
right. It's similar to if someone were transitioning, from to make themselves more, feel complete. It's the same thing, right?
It's exactly the same thing, and that's what I don't get is because these are the actual people that attack me online, the people that have gone through these transitions themselves, and they might have transitioned from man to woman, and they have to cut off their penis, and it's like, why am I getting backlash when it's
the people who are upset?
Yeah, I mean, I get attacked by so many trans activists online, and I'm thinking, you should be more understanding after what you've been through.
Wouldn't you be allies? Yeah,
that's what you think. I'm allies for them. I'm always trying to support all people, but it's like I get so much abuse from them online, and they're super woke and stuff. And I'm just thinking, you should be more accepting, especially because what I'm going through is kind of similar to them. It's they're transitioning, they're having surgery, but they're saying you can't be Korean, you can't change your race. But then maybe someone will say to them, well, you can't change your sex. It's and I support all people, but I just think it's very kind of hypocritical when they say that.
Wow. I would have thought
I would agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I would have thought it would have been more people calling you racist, like people coming out being like, is this a racist thing? Because how do you know what a Korean nipple looks like? How do you know, you know what I mean? Like, I figured that would have been what people would have been upset about, not the fact that you're like sort of
not that you love the culture and you want to be there, but
Couldn't you have done the penis reduction a little quieter, maybe?
I didn't even think it would be a thing. I was just doing an interview with Newsweek magazine, and we were just catching up, and they were asking what my plans were for this year.
Right.
And I told them I'm going to have a facelift in Turkey. I'm going to do some other things on my face. And then they said, "Are you going to do anything else this year?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually planning a penis surgery." So it wasn't actually meant to be a big story. It was just literally a comment at the end of my interview. I had an interview for about almost an hour with them, and that was like a comment, and I said, which is something that I intend to do, but I never expected, people to go crazy.
If you say penis reduction, people's ears perk up,
Right,
I know, right?
My eyes popped out of my head when I read the headline.
I know.
So, let me ask you a tough question. I'm sure some people are mean. Some people are mean to us. Like, have you gotten any like death threats or anything serious?
Yeah, all the time, Like I'm always very careful. I don't post my exact location and stuff. Like if I'm going to a party, I will post like an hour later when I've left, because I really get like abuse online, and I get DMs, I get thousands of DMs a day. I get so many DMs saying, we know where you are. We're going to kill you. We're going to get our gun and shoot you. And I'm just thinking like, what have I actually done wrong? It's like, people just misunderstand me. I'm not racist in any way. I love Korea. I'm showing my appreciation for Korea in an unusual way, but that doesn't give people the right to, send me death threats or wish that I was dead and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just think there's so many extremists online, and it's like these people like to attack anyone that's different. But if you dare call them out, if you dare criticize them, they'll just come for you and you're cancelled. So it's crazy. And I believe in free speech. I believe that we all should be who we want to be, say what we want to say, and we can have open discussion, and that's what I'm all about. So I don't get these people that are very extreme online and send this abuse. It's just like get a life.
It's ridiculous. I agree with you. So what's your end goal? Like 5 years from now, perfect world. Like what's
100% Korean. So I want to be 100%. And I'm getting there. But I want to be living in Korea. I want to serve in the Korean military. Do my duty.
Wow.
I've already said I would do that. I would do that 2 years. Just to show my love for Korea, to get the Korean citizenship. And I just want to be living in Seoul, in Korea, in Gangnam, making K-pop music, collaborating with like BTS and Jimin and stuff, and speaking fluent Korean. I do study Korean, but
you're not fluent yet.
No, I mean,
okay.
I need to be fluent, but I'm very, very bad with languages, and I've got the worst memory in the world, so it's difficult.
What about the accent? Are there any plans, like any vocal surgeries or anything like that in the works? Because you obviously have a British accent.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to change my accent. It's hard. I'm kind of like a chameleon. Like, I'm in America right now, and when I'm in America, my accent changes. Like, whoever I'm around, my accent changes. So when I'm around Korean people, I'll start speaking really slowly, with an accent. And some people think, oh, you're being racist, but I'm not. I just I'm weird. Like, if I'm with Americans, I change my accent. If I'm with Russians, I would change my accent. Not that I want to be with Russians right now, but exactly. Yeah,
accent assimilation is a real thing. Have you seen the new LSU coach, Brian Kelly? He the football coach. He came out like in his first weekend. And he was like, me and my family, and this guy's from Boston. So it happens.
So he put on a southern accent.
Put it on thick.
It happens a lot when like drinking. Too.
Maybe he identifies as southern. We should respect him. Yeah,
you identify with where you are. It sounds
usually
like
accents
where you're assimilating
slip
with.
backwards. Though, like if you were drinking, you might slip back to the English accent, right? That's the problem.
Right, that's the thing, yeah.
Alcohol messes with everything.
Yeah. It does, especially Korean alcohol. The soju is really strong. You got to watch out for it.
That's right. Potato, like a potato spirit, right? Is that soju?
Right, but it tastes, it's soju. It tastes like juice, and it's 20% alcohol. You can't taste the alcohol. You just drink it, and then before you know it, you're drunk.
Yeah, 20% get you.
Exactly.
So Ali, I don't want to get too graphic, but this is very it's intriguing to me about the the reduction surgery. Is it kind of like when you take a car and you make a limo out of it, you got to cut the car in half and then you insert in the middle? Is it kind of like the opposite? Is it like taking a limo and moving it back to a normal size car? Are they going to like take it out of the middle? Or,
like a leaf and a table? You're saying?
Yeah, like a leaf and a table.
Right. Which part?
I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but what the doctors I consulted with said that it actually comes from the. I'm just trying to explain this without being too graphic. So you've got the head of the penis, then you've got the back of it, which is obviously attached to the body. So they work from there, and they kind of cut the skin, and there's a way of cutting the bone somehow that doesn't affect its usage.
Do they give you the excess skin they cut off like as a souvenir? Like here's
I would actually love to keep it as a souvenir. I've kept my old nose, the silicone implant. I've kept that before, so I would love it in a souvenir. Maybe I'll make it into some earrings or something. Yeah.
That's a cool souvenir tray. Like your
nose,
your dick, all that.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
My own
that's
museum,
personal.
Right? Yeah,
yeah,
it's very personal. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going to work on the shading at all? Is it a total?
I don't know. My skin is very white, and in Korea they actually have very white skin, and they actually do a lot of things to bleach their skin. So I do actually, I undergo.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I undergo peptide injections to help whiten the skin, and I use skin whitening cream. So my skin's already pretty white, so I don't really need to change the color.
Koreans make the best like facial.
It's the best. And it's really good value for money as well. It's like super cheap and it's so effective. It's amazing.
I use them all the time. My wife and I.
Oh wow!
Slap those masks on.
God, you'll be more Korean than me soon.
The beard gets in the way a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, might have to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So you have a massive following on TikTok. So here's your page. 815.2 thousand followers, 26.4 million likes. No, we're not scrubs on TikTok. We've got almost
We're moving.
44,000.
We're trying.
This is all within a year now.
Yeah, this is a year.
Yeah, we've only been on for a year.
So we want to conquer TikTok like you've conquered TikTok.
Right,
Can you give us like what are some tips you have for us?
Just speak Korean. Just speak Korean. And, it works for me. No, all the people that follow me, I have a niche. So I love K-pop. I make K-pop music. So I just stick to that niche. So I will speak Asian languages like Filipino, Japanese, Korean, and people seem to love it. And then, I also react to people in Korea, in the Philippines, and they go crazy for it and stuff. And, so all my stuff is K-pop related. Right. So if you do a video about K-pop, I'm sure it's the numbers are gonna go up like crazy, and you're gonna get a lot of followers. Right. Yeah.
But if
we're gonna hashtag K-pop we're gonna clip this down and hashtag a bunch of K-pop hashtags.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know that
just don't put the word penis on TikTok because it might get your account banned. You've got to be careful. Right. TikTok's very strict. Yeah.
Also, I know that K-pop fans can get upset at people. So if we get in trouble with the K-pop crowd, can we come to you as you could help us out?
Yeah,
but at least explain what's happening.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think we'd understand.
Right. I mean, I do get a lot of hate from them as well. So I don't know if I'll be the best person to defend you. I could certainly defend you, but and stuff. But the thing is with K-pop fans, like they're super supportive of the groups they like. So like BTS, Blackpink. So if anyone says something that's slightly offensive to that group, like maybe someone says, I don't like the way someone looks in that group, people go crazy. So that's a crazy thing the K-pop audience. But they're so loyal. No, exactly.
Lucky for us, we love them all.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. But start speaking Korean. That's my tip.
And that's one thing that we covered when we have covered the K-pop phenomenon is the dark side of it, where there have been a lot of people that have committed suicide and that kind of stuff. So what do you think is I know it's a lot of online bullying and that kind of thing. What is it about the South Korean, the K-pop culture that kind of creates that environment?
There's so many problems with the K-pop industry. People just see the glamorous side. They see these K-pop stars wearing these beautiful designer clothes, looking happy. But in reality, a lot of these stars, they starve every day. They're not allowed to eat. The girls might just be given a paper cup with some lettuce in, and that's their meal for the day. A lot of them, they don't even make any money. Their management takes all the money. And they might have a 20% cut between the group, and there's 10 members. So, you do the maths, there's not much left. But there's a lot of bad things. There's a lot of suicide in South Korea, and it's really not something that's talked about. It's stigmatized. And it's very sad because we see this glamorous image of K-pop stars, but there's a lot of suffering behind the scenes. Like, they don't get paid, or their management will drop them when they look too old or they get too fat, and then they just throw them away. Then they get sued for breach of contract. And it's like these K-pop stars, like even the biggest ones, they go for a lot of abuse. Some of the women might be prostituted. That's some more shady entertainment agencies. They do that.
Hang on, Eric in the Philippines. He's our social media manager. He does our clip downs. Cut the part about the K-pop stars being prostitutes. We don't want them coming after us.
Oh my God, no! Please
cut that part out.
Can you imagine that? I would be cancelled. Yeah. That would cancel me.
We're not putting that on TikTok.
Definitely. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of dark things that happen, and people don't think about that. They don't realize there's a lot of abuse, and a lot of them have to live in dormitories, almost like hostels. They have 7 people in one room, and it's like they can't eat. They have 2 hours sleep a night. It's a tough industry. The BTS are really well looked after. Blackpink are looked after, but there's many smaller groups trying to make it that really do struggle.
They're like sex slaves, but they're singers, kind of.
Right.
Like they basically have pimps. Yeah.
It is like slavery in some ways. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's terrible.
Wow.
But make sure to cut that bit very well.
We will.
Stop me saying
not
prostitutes.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's the managers that are dicks.
We're staying in K-pop's good graces over here.
Exactly. We love K-pop. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, is there anything else that you want to promote? What do you got coming up next? What's in the future for you and all that kind of?
So I'm actually working on my book at the moment. So I want to do a book about trying to explain myself, because there's so many misconceptions online. People just don't get it. And I do obviously lots of talk show interviews, TV shows and stuff, but that doesn't really give me a chance to fully show the real me. So I'm working on a book at the moment. So I'm writing that, and also working on skincare, a Korean skin whitening project, like a moisturizer. So I want to help people get the K-pop glow and get more Korean skin. So yeah, I always have lots of things going on, and I'll be back in Korea soon once the coronavirus situation gets a little bit better over there.
Right, because they've been very strict, right?
They don't have many cases, but they're super strict in Asia.
They don't let people come in, though.
Right. You have to quarantine for like 2 weeks. So I don't want to be stuck in a hotel. I love Korea, but I don't want to be stuck in a small hotel for 2 weeks. It's like, I'll wait and see, until it gets better.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, to close it out, can you say something in Korean for us, or say something to your fans in Korean? Like,
sure. Yeah, sure. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다. 올리입니다. 사랑해요. Fighting. That's just introducing myself and saying I love all my fans and I support you guys. Yeah, you guys need to learn Korean.
That's nice.
That's beautiful.
Good for your TikTok.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Oli.
Yeah, Oli,
you,
thank you
guys.
so much for coming
Thanks for
on. We
coming on.
appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Lovely talking to you all as well. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care.
And that was fantastic, right?
Oh yeah,
Real
Delightful
likable guy.
Yeah.
I still can't figure what a Korean nipple is, but
yeah. I mean, like they're
yeah,
he's getting a lot of hate online for sure for the choices he's making. But that's Ollie's.
It's not hurting anyone else.
Ollie's crossed the bear.
Do whatever.
it's hurting the feelings of smaller dong dudes that wish they didn't have small dongs. It's a little bit ostentatious if you're a smaller dong gentleman and you're self-conscious about it. And this guy's talking about his monster hog, how he's taking inches off.
Yeah.
Just saying.
They're gonna have to remove quite a few inches.
Right. And then he didn't say that there was a locks of love thing or any sort of donation of those inches.
He brings like
donate a penis.
he brings like 5 Korean guys in with him. He's like, all right, everyone drop your pants. I want them this small. He like
like Brian.
like Brian's here.
Look
Yeah.
at Brian's little dick.
Well, hopefully he gets what he's looking for.
Right.
He's
I hope
been
he's happy.
we didn't ask him how much money. Next time.
No, he said.
No, he said
$250,000.
No, he spent $250,000 on it on surgery so far. But he said in the article $8,000 in Thailand.
What is
He
that?
spent $250,000 on surgeries.
25? Like who?
Yeah.
I couldn't have mustered $250K.
Dude, he's a star on TikTok and stuff.
Oh, when you're doing what you love, Pat.
yeah.
Almost
Make it
a
happen.
million followers on TikTok.
He works hard.
That's right. Muster rent.
Yeah.
What's this?
All right.
Oh.
Spin the wheel. Take us out, Wes.
Oh yeah. I don't have the wheel up. Sorry. I can pull it up right now.
We had a lot. This was a dick heavy show. I told you at the top.
It was.
The cream of the crop!
Have you guys been watching
That was
Euphoria?
a mistake.
No, man. It gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Jesus.
No, is there a lot of
I got
dick
it,
in that too?
Oh, lots of dick. You got it.
Tom and
Will?
Pammy has a lot of dick in it.
I got it too. Yes, it does. Okay, there.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
You guys got to admit though that's going to be a 30 for 30, right? That frozen
Oh,
dick's
the
good.
guy's frozen dong. Will, cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee.
There it is.
TikTok. TikTok. Yeah, the dong sode.
TikTok international moment.
Pat's back.
Back to
Hey,
back,
baby.
Pat.
Look at that. Pat's really starting to have a bit of a residency.
I'm going to start speaking with an accent.
Yeah. Pat's going to get some surgeries.
Nice.
He's already got the ethnic thumb.
Yeah, no shit. You transitioning over there? Look at that white thumb. Holy shit.
Oh, and the light, it's so
The light, everything's white, guys.
I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure that's actually the point of colors.
Come at me.
All right.
Out west.
That's the end of it. We hope you enjoyed the start to this another fantastic week. We love you. We appreciate you. Have a great fucking day.